In Brazil, football is a daily rhythm. It echoes in the narrow alleys and concrete courts, where children learn to manipulate the ball with incredible skill, long before they ever set foot on a professional pitch. That street-level obsession feeds a global powerhouse. Wearing the yellow kit means carrying the weight of 5 world championships and a standard of play that demands victory in every single appearance. Haiti arrives on the pitch as the perennial underdog, representing a nation defined by its endurance, relying on collective resilience and national pride to compete against the sport's most decorated giants. While the gap in resources and trophies is vast, 90 minutes on a shared pitch forces the favorite to prove that legacy all over again, against an opponent with absolutely everything to gain. The atmosphere inside the stadium reflects the sheer scale of the mismatch. The stands are dominated by a massive wave of yellow, expecting a routine display of flair. Yet, scattered throughout that crowd, pockets of Haitian supporters match that energy decibel for decibel, turning their numerical deficit into a vocal display of loyalty. Then, the referee blows the whistle. The ball is tapped from the center circle, and the pre-game ceremony ends. With the first touch, the noise of the massive crowd fades completely into the background. Now, the abstract reputations of 2 different nations become a physical struggle for space and control on the grass. Brazil immediately dictates the tempo. They monopolize possession, chaining together quick one-touch passes and using rapid changes of direction to test the edges of the Haitian defense. To counter this, Haiti drops into a deep, compact block. As this tactical view shows, the entire team shifts as a single unit, intentionally clogging the central passing lanes to deny the Brazilian attackers any room to turn near the penalty box. But keeping that level of synchronization requires total focus, and a lapse lasting a fraction of a second is all it takes. A perfectly weighted diagonal ball instantly bypasses the entire defensive structure. The resulting shot finds the back of the net. The stadium erupts, and many in the stands assume the defensive resistance has finally been broken for good. It is a reminder of the difficulty of the underdog's task. Even a disciplined tactical plan can fracture when subjected to 90 minutes of sustained high-level offensive pressure. Going down a goal early often causes an outmatched team to collapse. Instead, the Haitian squad becomes more aggressive, throwing their bodies into every tackle and making the midfield a physical, uncomfortable space for the favorites. Then they find their opening. Dispossessing Brazil deep in their own half, Haiti bypasses the midfield with a single long ball, launching their winger into an isolated foot race down the flank. The cross connects, the shot is driven low, and they equalize. The Haitian bench explodes onto the pitch in disbelief. In a matter of seconds, the psychological dynamic of the match shifts. The Brazilian players look visibly frustrated, while the underdog draws a massive reserve of energy from the goal. In this moment, tactical control and high percentage possession are neutralized. A single clinical strike has forced the favorites to start over from scratch, with significantly less time on the clock. As the clock ticks into the final 10 minutes, the pressure on the pitch becomes palpable. The Brazilian squad faces the reality that a draw will be viewed back home as a significant failure. They throw every available man forward. In response, Haiti packs the penalty area, throwing themselves into the path of every shot and clearance to absorb an escalating barrage of attacks. It culminates in a frantic final push. A desperate cross is floated into a crowded 6-yard box, sparking a scramble of limbs, deflections, and a manic attempt to clear the lines. Then, the referee points to the center circle and blows the final whistle. The siege is over. In these closing minutes, the technical quality on the pitch is tested by mounting exhaustion. Success no longer depends just on who has the better footwork, but who can maintain focus as the lungs begin to burn. The physical hostility that defined the match dissolves immediately. Players from both sides seek each other out on the grass, exchanging jerseys and handshakes born of shared exhaustion. The reactions tell 2 different stories. One team exhales in collective relief at having avoided a historic upset, while the other walks off with the pride of having taken a giant to the absolute limit. Ultimately, the specific tactics and possession numbers fade into the background. What remains is a vivid display of what happens when a legacy built on footballing magic is forced to reckon with pure human grit.